Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. I was waiting for these to come out. They finally have. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm in my back room today, which means we get, boom, Peter Can Thunderbolt poster behind me. Ooh, Peter Can Thunderbolt poster. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I am doing something else. What is it, though? Tri-Beam Cannon Attack. I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear a super cool shirt, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for today? Happens to be my, boom! It is my Limp Bizkit shirt, one of a couple that I have. This is specifically from their Loserville tour. I was at that tour. They went over there, they performed it last year, 2024 at the time I'm doing this. And yeah, man, it was a really fun show. While they played, the other artists weren't as much my vibe, but, you know, they did their thing. But yeah, man, you know, Limp Bizkit was a huge deal when I was a kid. You know, it was like in around 8th grade or so. I still remember the controversy when they won Best Metal Album over Metallica, which, to be fair, Metallica was in a really not good period, and I don't, you know, depending on who you talk to, they haven't been in a long time. I don't have thoughts. I'm not that into Metallica, but fuck it, man. And yeah, I like seeing Limp Bizkit, man. They were a fun show. So much so I actually got videos of their performance. Those videos are on this channel as well, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to kind of point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because fuck it, I like Limp Bizkit. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why have I been waiting for this to come out? I've been waiting for this to come out because, specifically, I'd gone over there and reviewed 2 other versions of this particular flavor, and now I've got the 3rd one. But what is it? It happens to be, boom, it's from Lay's, and it is specifically their all-dressed flavor. Ooh, all the best Lay's flavors in one bite. Now, I will say it's interesting with because like I said, I reviewed 2 other versions of this. I did Ruffles and I did Pringles, and oh, okay, it's still got a thing here. I apologize. Taste all your favorite Lay's flavors. Savory like Lay's sour cream and onion. Tangy like Lay's salt and vinegar. Sweet like Lay's barbecue. Okay, that's kind of weird. All right. Because with the other versions, they specifically would sort of list, you know, the general seasonings that they're supposed to be going off of. But yeah, this is like a Canadian flavor. It's like a big thing over there. And quite thankfully, in my opinion, we're starting to kind of get it a little bit more here in the United States. So let's find out how the Lay's iteration works. And I did review the Ruffles and the Pringles, so if you're interested, you can watch those videos as well. Alright, let's get ourselves a nice big chip. Let's give it a go. Yeah. Got that nice kind of vinegary tanginess to it. I like that. Okay. Alright. It's got some nice stuff going to it. I'll say this right now. It's definitely better than the Pringles. Like I said, you know, if you want, you can watch my Pringles review to kind of get my overall on the thing. But the Pringles ones were definitely the least impressive of the ones that I've had. These are pretty proper. And even being fairly thin chips, they managed to pack a lot of that all-dressed flavor in there. So I do appreciate that. But I don't know if they're as good as the Ruffles. But let's go ahead. Let's do this properly, right? Because, like, let's not pretend like I'm not some sort of horrible monster who has any level of dignity left. So I eat chips like an American. I will say, I don't think I'm really getting anything sweet out of this. It is definitely more savory and tangy. Sweetness, I don't know, man. I don't typically associate sweetness with all dressed chips, at least not the ones that I've had. They tend to be very bold with the flavor, though. And like I said, that sort of vinegariness kind of goes through really nicely. It's a really nice blended flavor. Like, I can see why they're really popular in Canada. Yeah, I mean, they say, like a barbecue sauce. I don't know, but I don't know. Also, I'm just going to say this from a marketing point. I do take a little bit of issue with them going over there and basically trying to go over there. Like, yeah, they say it's a Canadian favorite flavor, but they try to basically sell it like, oh, this is a Lay's deal kind of thing. And it's like, fuck you, dude. This is Canada's deal. So, they're nice. I do enjoy them. They're not as good as the Ruffles. The Ruffles, I think, with the surface area, plus I think, they have thicker chips, I think they're just able to pack more on there. With these, I mean, and I like Lay's, and Lay's does a good job. Oh, I don't think I did a thing for the thing, did I? Ugh. Let's get a thing for the thing. We'll do something like this. We'll just kind of... Oh, come on now. Don't be an asshole. Looks like that will go, ha 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 ha. Now I just have to remember that I did that at 7 minutes in my video. Yeah, I wish the chips themselves were more substantial, because I think you could have gone over there and gotten away with more flavor. Because, I mean, for me personally, and I'm an American, not a Canadian, one of the things I really love about the all-dressed chips, when they're done the way that I personally prefer them, is that they are so punchy with the flavor. They are smacked to the face. It's part of the problem that I had with the Pringles. I felt like they were kind of under-seasoned. With these, it's there. But the problem is that I've had better. I have had that more preferable version of them. And these are good. I think Lay's did an okay job with them. Although, despite the fact that that's how many chips you actually get in the bag. They are tasty. I do think that they do a reasonable job of presenting the all-dressed flavor, but not as much as I was hoping. Like, when Lay's said that they were going to be doing, their version of this, I really was pretty excited, because typically I do like Lay's as a brand. But they can be hit or miss. And while I wouldn't consider this a full-on whiff, it's at most a double, But two questions have to be asked. Would I get these again? Would I recommend them? Yes, with caveats. Yes, with caveats. Flat out, the caveat on both of these is that if the Ruffles aren't available. I think that personally the Ruffles version are my personal favorite version of these. At least, the ones that I've had. Because I just think that they do a better job of emphasizing that all-dressed flavor. And it really is a very tasty flavor. And if if you're somebody who hasn't had that, I would definitely recommend that. If you run into it, even if it's the Pringles version, even if it's this version, go with what you can. And that's kind of where my thing comes into play. Would I get these again? Well, if Ruffles isn't doing their version, sure, I'll get these again. They're, passable. They'll get the job done. Like I said, I definitely prefer them over the Pringles. But I do think that they could be better, for sure. And I think that, again, you have Ruffles to set as a standard, so I feel like they should have brought it a little bit more, if I'm being honest. Like, these are good, but they're disappointing. And if I'm recommending them, again, it really is just based off of, if you can get those Ruffles versions, get the Ruffles versions. Or if you travel to Canada, or, if you're just willing to, import stuff from Canada, I'm sure there's probably lots of options available to you. And, you can go over there and try them out. But the Lay's version, if you run into them, they're not a bad representation of the flavor, but they're not the best either. So, five things right out here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of the year. Folks, go over there yourselves a truly all-dress-tastic rest of your life. Because, man, that's a great flavor combination. Good on you, Canada. You just kicking ass hockey and maple syrup and Letterkenny. And Shorzy. Shorzy. So fucking good. Final two things. Number one, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Sorry, something got caught in my throat. Try. I'm like completely off balance now. Just try not to be an asshole, and if you're doing an outro on one of your own videos, remember how your outro goes. Seriously, that completely, because like something went over there, like part of the chip went through my, or came loose from my tooth. It went like straight down my throat, and it was like, it just completely threw my brain off. But anyway, very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Kind of recovered it. Folks, if you happen to be from Canada, or if you're just a particularly worldly foodie, let me know what other brands are out there in terms of the all-dressed chips, and like, what are the ones that I should be looking for? Is it all just Lay's and Ruffles and what have you, or are there? I'm sure there's got to be more niche brands that might be even more spectacular. I'd really like to know. But anyway, bye.